let's go with Red Robin's Yum.
That's better.
Make it your way.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Chiefs and Critics podcast.
Great intro.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Sure.
It works, maybe.
I'm curious where this is starting for the context.
Yeah. It's ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Context? What context?
No, let's bring it back. Welcome
All right,
to season 31.
no.
Are we not doing? I don't
No,
even
this
know
is the
anymore.
start. Yeah,
We're in
this
it.
is season.
No,
season
no,
31
we're going. This
recap.
is season 31. Yep.
Gosh, our kind of hybrid personal pick season. We picked trilogies this time around.
Not a theme season.
Not a theme season.
Not a themed season, despite me getting a costume change.
With me today we have.
Hello, everybody. I'm one of your hosts, Geeky Rider.
I'm Crimson Maroon.
And I'm Sprinks, and maybe later a little special. Who knows? Hey, if you know where could you be right now? Let's say Denmark. If you're in Denmark, you can find us over on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky. We have LetterBoxd of all the things we've done and covered. We have YouTube as a visual aid. We have Rumble as a visual aid, and we have Spotify as a visual aid. But hey, maybe you don't like the visual aids. Don't worry, we're not forcing you to watch those visual aids, but you can listen to audio platforms where you could be listening to right now. And that was the intro.
All right. Welcome back, audience. Man. All right. 31 seasons. Isn't it crazy that we're at this point?
Yeah. Hey, I love that card game. Fun card game.
31 seasons?
Actually, I've never heard of it.
I know
Never heard of 31?
31.
No, I know 21 Blackjack.
Yeah, that's what I hear every single time I bring it up.
Sprinks, have you never shown
time I
Ryder 31? It's like your favorite card game.
I don't know. I feel like every time I talk about 31, people are like, you mean 21? And I go, no, 31. It's far more fun than 21.
I'm sure it is, but it's still like I don't understand what that is. Is it the same concept of a game, or is it just like
No. Well,
it's very similar.
a little.
It's just a bigger number.
So like
trying to beat the other hand.
Okay, yeah. My question was like, I guess regarding that before we dive into the movie audience, the movie's audience, was like, for 31 like cards, is it still play like 21?
No.
Or it has a different rule set. Okay.
A little bit different rule set. You have 3 cards in your hand versus, the 2 on the table and then hit me and not busting.
I see. Okay. Interesting. It sounds fun.
Hey, I don't think people were expecting this to start with a card game situation, but hey,
we started with food references.
ooh, touchy subject.
And 31, it's like you versus the players, and 21, it's mostly you versus the house. That's
Yeah,
like a little bit
there's no
different.
house.
Yeah. So like 31 would not benefit any like casinos, which is probably why it's not there.
Yes. I don't think that would work. Though if 31 was in a casino, I would be there.
You'd get in the tournament, I think. What a season.
Yeah, 9 picks. One of the lengthier ones.
Yeah. Plus a supplemental, sort of.
Oh yeah, the Project Hail Mary thing. I guess that also accounts. So 10. But that wasn't like a numbered coverage. That was us just being like, oh, we've all seen the movie, but it was still in theaters, so
We still want to talk about it, but
yeah,
not give a number necessarily. Yeah.
we weren't prepared enough, I suppose, at the time. We could have been, but we weren't, to make it like a more full episode, which gives the opportunity that we can do that later.
Yeah, quite possibly. Now that we've done Project Hail Mary, I kind of want to do all like the other space movies, like Interstellar, Gravity, The Martian. Like we could stuff them all into one sci-fi, like harder sci-fi season.
Yeah, we've already done Apollo 13.
Maybe. That's true. But that's kind of what what I would feel with it. I guess having done Project Hail Mary in a bit with you guys now.
Yeah. Yeah, the let's chat about, I guess, thing. We might only use those for like really new movies, or
Yeah,
well, hopefully we don't have to. We can just turn them into full episodes if we're more prepared. But we had Dr.
it had
Ryland
been a
Grace, or
few
sorry,
weeks for some
Fixer.
people. Yeah.
As far as I know, is Dr. Ryland Grace on it, so working with that schedule to make us all work, and then even Crimson. You were on Earth while we were in space, so it kind of blend it all.
Uh,
All right, I suppose this is a little pause. What's going on with Crimson?
yeah, I have no idea. You're not pushing the talking, my guy. What's going on? Did your internet have an issue? Is it your turn now?
Please, for come on.
Oh
He's
my
still on the
god.
call. He's just making no noise. And he's like, "Guys, can you hear me?" And we're like, "No, we can't." And he goes, "I don't know what's happening. Push talk isn't working."
I'm losing my mind here.
There he
Hello.
Oh,
is. Hold
he's
on.
losing his mind.
He's back.
Gosh. And to answer what you were
All right.
saying, Sprinks, yeah, I have no idea what's different.
Oh, I'm like, "Can you sit still? What are you doing?"
I haven't even been moving. Uh, so when did I not talk? When did I stop talking?
The whole
Pretty much,
you
well,
were
the whole space stuff. And you didn't say a single thing about Project Hail Mary.
Wow. Well, I was certainly running my mouth while you guys were rudely talking over me.
No, you weren't saying anything.
Why? Okay, well,
Crimson, what do you think about that? A whole space
I
kind of
mean,
season.
it was definitely something new, and as a space season of what Ryder was pitching, definitely can put that in the theme category that we have. We have a list of, and it was fun
We
getting Dr.
do.
Ryland Grace involved. He's fun to have.
Fixer. Fixer. His
Fixer.
name's Fixer. Cool.
his name's Fixer now. We can
Yeah,
finally stop saying formerly, right? That's we can stop doing
I
that.
don't know. I'd like him to come back for future episodes, and if we mistreat the name, I don't.
Who knows? Um, Getting Fixer involved was fun. Um, whether who knows when we'll see another one of the what was it? Let's talk about it. Is that what it was called? Um,
Let's chat about.
let's
Yeah,
chat
that.
about. Who knows if we'll get another one? But it's a format we have now as an option.
The more options we have, the more
Can you?
free we are to do as we please.
Yeah, can you guys think of anything we've done in the past where a let's chat about could have been used?
Maybe
Demon
Avatar: The
Hunters,
Way of Water,
K-pop Demon Hunters, maybe.
Demon Hunters would have been a good
I
Mm,
don't
one.
know if
Demon
that
Hunters
would
We'd
have
would
all
been
have been
too
we'd all
late.
seen that one.
There's just not a lot
Oh,
of
okay.
new
You're thinking of
movies.
something we haven't covered yet.
There's a lot of movies we've all seen that have just come out. It
Yeah,
just doesn't
I'm
happen.
thinking more along the lines of stuff we had been and like gone to
Already
the
covered.
theaters to see because it's stuff that
I
we
mean,
yeah.
our first like season that we ever did was something we kind of all agreed let's not do that again. Where we were going in the theaters in the dark to take notes
I'm
during a
trying to take
movie we
notes
hadn't
and stuff
seen
like that.
yet, and yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. I think a lot of the stuff we did the first season, like all the new stuff that we would explicitly go to theaters for, I think those work better as let's chat about it because that way we don't have to try to take notes in the dark. As fun as that was as an experience, like it was a fun experience. I'm happy to do that,
yeah.
but
We've done it before a couple times here and there, but then it's like, oh, we just got to go see the movie 3 4 times in theaters.
yeah,
Which is not economical these days. How much tickets are?
Oh, yeah. So let's see. If we saw it all about 4 times, and then there's three of us, so that's pushing about $600. So
yeah,
Not to mention the popcorn
yeah.
bucket that
Except
has to be
if
bought for whatever we're watching.
yeah,
for all of us,
if we got like critic credentials and we can go see it with a bunch of critics and other things like early
Early
get like
access,
going in early and
free
early
we're getting
access
there.
screenings.
and
We're getting there.
yeah, we're getting there. But once we get to that level, I think that'll be a much more reasonable option for us. Like we can probably go see it a couple times with groups of critics and take notes each time we go in.
That'd be great. We
Yeah,
can
big
sign other
studios,
people's
we're here.
notebooks.
That's true if we get big enough for that, yeah. That would be a reason for me to start taking physical notes once again, because I took physical notes for, like, the first, like,
Well, you'd be yelled at in a theater
30,
if your
40
phone
episodes of
was
the
out.
podcast.
Mm.
Phone was out, uh, writing in your notes that way. Probably wouldn't be a
Hey, I
good thing.
mean, I did do that once. I took the furthest back corner and then turned my phone brightness all the way down, and I took notes.
Risky business.
'Twas a risky business. I mean, it was on silent, and I wasn't disturbing anybody really, so
No, I distinctly remember taking notes from men, seeing that in theaters. So I'd look down, write something, I hear some weird creepy noises, I'll look up and like be shocked at what I'm looking at on screen. I'm like, oh, that's surprising. Go back to my notes and then look up and completely new thing.
yeah. The joys of being movie critics, you know?
Without a pause button.
Nah, those were
Without
the
a
old
pause button.
days.
Excuse me, projector guy, can you pause the movie real quick? I gotta write write a few things down.
No, they can't do that. They won't do
All right. Well, how about one of our standardized questions?
that. Oh boy, which one is it
Yeah.
going to be?
It's gonna be your favorite character, excluding Tumnus.
Why exclusion?
Because we
Aren't
don't
we
He's not a
inclusive here?
we're excluding Tumnus because it'll just make it more compelling.
No, no, not we. You.
It'll make it more
Let's be clear
compelling.
here.
well, to
Okay.
be fair,
Okay, but let's
it
just be
wouldn't
clear.
make
You're excluding.
it would no, okay, first off, like, it wouldn't affect Crimson's scale at all because Crimson would not pick Mr. Tumnus as his favorite
No, but
character.
on the complete opposite, then it's going to be who's your least favorite, excluding Tumnus.
I mean, I can work with that. I was joking. We don't have to do that. All right.
Oh, sweet. Tumnus is my favorite.
Yeah. What's your backup?
Yeah. Um,
Now the
Backup.
hard question for you. There you go.
Uh, you know what? President Ben, Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah, that's a good pick, honestly.
Hmm. Beating out all the beating Aslan's and stuff, huh?
I'm not the
Um.
biggest Aslan guy.
Yeah, especially the last two movies. He freaking was terrible.
I must not intervene. It cannot be the same way twice.
Or thrice. Thrice. Um.
Things never happen the same way twice, dear one.
Darn it,
Shut up,
Aslan.
God.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll say Mike Banning. I like Mike. He's pretty cool throughout the trilogy.
If hmm, like, there's a lot of characters here I really love for one film, you know? I really like Kang from Olympus Has Fallen. I really like, Sienna Brooks from Inferno. Uh, I like Peter in the first Narnia, and I still like him in the second Narnia, but I have a lot of objective issues with him, you know?
You don't like him in the third Narnia?
So, yeah, he does make a brief appearance there, but doesn't really have it. I don't really have a registered opinion of him in that. Um, yeah, favorite character. Which one compelled me the most?
So you got one in my head that I think your answer would be.
It might convince me if you give it give it the answer. Funny enough,
I thought it was going to be Ian McKellen from Da Vinci Code.
yeah, like I said, another great one-off character. But when I'm
So what about Kang from Olympus Has Fallen? I recall you liking him a lot.
He
yeah,
said he liked that
it's
one.
almost as if I said that
Oh,
already,
mm,
like literally 2 minutes ago.
well, maybe I was busy looking at something.
Oh,
uh,
yeah. Chris was looking at something and his ears turned off.
Yeah,
yeah.
hyper
Let's see.
focused.
I got list of characters. My list of characters would be like Kang in uh
Was it Lee?
Lee T-Bing,
Teabing?
and Sienna Brooks, and then Peter from Narnia, then
What about all the people you
Miraz,
loved in Prince
Narnia.
Caspian?
That's true. I'm thinking about it. I'm like I do
The
love a lot
general.
of them. I think yeah, General Gazelle. I love the man. I like him more than Olivetti in Angels and Demons. Uh, it's kind of a villain heavy season, isn't it for me? I liked Kang. I liked a lot of the villains this season
Well, the
quite a
villains are
bit.
usually one off in one movie, whereas the character goes on for 3 movies and changes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a character that I liked that was there for all 3 films and kind of went through an arc or had like a lot of staying power.
Morgan
What
Freeman.
yeah, you're funny.
Mr.
Uh,
President, Speaker of the
yeah,
I
House,
mean,
Vice President.
Edmund had an
I
arc.
it's true, he did, but
Edmund got better.
favorite character, right? I'm trying to wrap up my objective and subjective all into one, you know?
Power hungry Edmund in the third one, yeah. Real arc.
There's one scene.
Die!
He was cursed.
There's still
He was cursed.
I still can't believe he screamed
He's
die for that film.
bewitched.
He's
Yeah,
bewitched Cedric.
yeah. I did not think this would be as hard as I thought it would. Yeah, I don't it's hard for me to nail it down to one. I think I'm gonna go Sienna Brooks, but that's also just because I happen to like the actress a lot.
Even though you said that version was not accurate.
Not accurate to the books, no, but I liked the movie portrayal of the character. Like, it makes sense the changes they made for the thriller aspect of a film, you know?
Okay.
I'm gonna be I think my 2 are gonna be Sienna Brooks and Lee Teabing. I am gonna be bouncing between the 2 of them as my favorite.
Now the hard one, least favorite character.
The butterfly in the
Peter
first Narnia.
Peter in,
Sorry,
Dawn
Springs, you
Voyage of
can't
Dawn Treader.
use the butterfly because you didn't
The
acknowledge it as a
butterfly in
character.
the first
You said it
Narnia.
wasn't a
All right.
character, so
It was not. That was a joke for you. um,
yeah, you didn't make fun of me like the birds. He thought the butterflies talked. Ha ha ha.
it's funny. It's a funny joke.
I
Uh,
think
hmm.
least favorite character. It's a lot of like
Oh
I don't know. This film has a lot of sorry. You first, Springs.
no, I think I got the general from Olympus Has Fallen.
Such a good pick, actually.
Clegg or something. It started with a K.
Yeah, General Clegg or something in the first movie, where he's like,
Yeah.
"No, we got to do this way." It's like, sit your ass down. Shut up.
Sir, you have intel from a Secret Service agent. I'll ignore it. I know everything. Send in the choppers. Sir, they have a Hydra on the roof. Send them in. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
pretty stupid. And then London Has Fallen, where
Yeah.
he's kind of just standing there.
He's there.
Situation
Yeah,
room.
no, he's in the first one to make Morgan Freeman stand out better.
Which is fine. That's an effective tool, but they really
Yeah, but he's got a
made
name
him
and speaking
stupid.
line, so he's a character.
Yeah, he's really. I agree. Really stupid.
I'm deciding whether or not
Least favorite character.
Tumnus is kind of the jokey one, or if Peter's portrayal in Prince Caspian drags Peter down. He sucked
I
in
mean,
that
if we're
movie.
doing
Drag Peter
if we're,
down. It certainly
if we're
does,
doing
but
if we're doing isolated stuff like that, like Peter specifically in Narnia 2, that would change my answer, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're not doing that. I'm just thinking whether or not his negativeness in the second one drags down the first one enough to be overall not a very good character to me. Or a
he's
likable
got to be
character.
bad in the second one to make Caspian look good.
Well, they didn't even make Caspian look all that good. They made them both look petty. I'll say Peter.
Least favorite Peter Pevensey. Huh.
That's a pretty stark change, but he did get assassinated pretty hard, so I get it.
Yeah, like nobody in the Olympus in the Highest Fallen trilogy, nobody really stands out as annoying. They're all pretty safe characters.
I
Da
mean,
Vinci
there's plenty of
Code,
stupidity. Yeah.
sure, but it's not like annoying stupidity to me. Anyhow, Da
I'm
Vinci
surprised you
Code's
didn't say
very,
Eustace
very
then.
leveled. He's designed to be annoying, but his connections with Reepijeep save him.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think the one I was most angry about is probably Peter and Prince Caspian, and I still love Peter and Prince Caspian, but they changed his character too much to where I dislike it, so I'm probably in agreement with that.
I Doy, I know Crimson's least favorite.
Huh?
I know your least favorite.
Which
But it's
one?
gonna be like the butterfly thing where they didn't exactly have speaking lines and they didn't have names.
Yeah, what was your who was your least favorite again, Springs?
I went with General
General.
Clerk or whatever from Olympus.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't go with the former Secret Service agent working with Kang, just because of the Die Hard references that you hated.
Yeah, I didn't like that, but that was more on the movie than the character. That's the
All right.
movie's writing choice to put in there. So, uh, Crimson, I'm surprised you didn't say the people at the cafe in Angels and Demons.
Yeah, that's not a character.
No, but but for over this whole season, I think that was your most hated thing.
I think maybe our debate about it.
Yeah,
I don't think that's the scene above all that's the most
It
annoying.
was
It's more
it
our
was it was
discussion on it.
definitely a funny to hard debate because I
I mean,
just
there's nothing to
we
debate. They
all
can't
have
hear it.
that was my
yeah,
opening to
yeah.
the third act because I thought it was just a slam dunk easy point, and then it turned out to be not.
If you want to,
No.
yeah, yeah, cast aside assumptions on this podcast. We will argue about people listening and able to see a fountain and willingness.
Yeah, I think our
Willingness to
actually most heated
participate.
debates this season was for the Da Vinci trilogy.
Yeah, you
Because
got
Crimson, you and I had the back
Yes.
and forth about the code itself and the connection to why even go to Lee, and then the fountain scene in Angels and Demons. I don't think we got into a debate really in Inferno.
I don't think so. It was more just discussions about how things worked and not about opposing views on that one. Like how does the virus work? How did um the guy find that guy? So like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Angels and Demons, how the second guy get on that stoop to die?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cardinal Pardos.
So it definitely went back and forth um, a lot over the Da Vinci trilogy. More than I expected after having been the one who pitched it.
Oh, it's fine. We got three more Tom Hanks in there.
Yeah, cut
That's
that
very
lockdown.
true.
That makes how many now? Are we at like 10?
Well, how many were in the Tom Hanks season? Seven?
Let's see. Was it 7 or
Was it seven?
6? We each picked
I
2.
think it was seven. We all had two, and then we had the last one, wasn't it?
Yes, that's correct.
Am I
Yeah.
confused?
No, it was 7.
Okay, so
That
there's
sounds right.
those
Yeah.
seven, and then the three of the Da Vinci Code, and then Big and League of Their Own. So 12.
12. We watched a dozen Tom Hanks movies. Wow. Hopefully,
And Joe
audience,
vs.
you're
Volcano should be at
Tom
the
Hanks
bottom.
fans. Oh
They're
man.
eating well. Uh, I guess we can go into the next bit, which is any surprise ratings this season.
Ooh.
Right, surprise ratings. Um, Usually I
I
have
got
one right
one.
off the bat. All right, go ahead, Smix.
Crimson, you and I thought the Da Vinci Code trilogy was made like equally to each other's eyes.
Oh, on enjoyment level, or no,
No,
objective.
our
Yeah,
Objective.
objective scores.
objective. Yeah,
Our objective scores for all three of those films matched.
yes, and for different reasons, I would reckon.
I think so, yeah.
But that is
But
true.
Despite all your debates and disagreements, yeah, you guys came out on the same end
well,
with an objective sort of mirror.
well, we all agreed on the first one, right? Or you were just 0.5 different for the
Yeah.
other two.
Yeah, is I mean, it's a well-made trilogy. I mean, you got the same director tied to them, which is always beneficial.
That's helpful. Yeah.
Yeah.
And same cast, crew.
mostly beneficial. Ryan Johnson. Just throwing it
He's
out
not
there
that
for you,
nice.
writer.
I appreciate it. I still want to forget him.
I
No,
I
no, it's
never
fine.
throw
Ryan,
Ryan Johnson
I
out there.
believe in Ryan. I believe in Ryan. He can make a good movie one day.
Don't give me hope.
Crimson, I don't know if it's not necessarily surprising, but how do you feel that we got another group averaged film to like an 8?
It was nice. It has been a minute since we've gotten one. I think it was it the Marvel season? It's been a
And what
while.
was it? Was Kung Fu Panda an 8 or 9? Can't remember.
The first Kung Fu
The
Panda
first
was
one.
a 9.
That was a 9. Okay, that's like our highest one, I think.
Well, that's our lowest
Wow.
9. We have 3 9s. We got Kung Fu
Oh, Shawshank.
Panda, Shawshank, and The Death Short.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's surprised how
Shawshank's
hot.
our
I'm
highest.
surprised that
And I think maybe 12 Angry Men. I have to double check that.
yeah, I'm surprised 12 Hour Men didn't make your list there because I'm like I feel like that one also would have averaged out to a 9.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
I
recall.
think it's those 4.
Okay.
I know
We
Kung
think
Fu
very
Panda is the
highly of those
lowest
movies.
one. That one got exactly 8.5, which rounded it up to a 9. So
Okay. They have an 8. It's still good to have
it is.
Yeah,
because I
I'm
It
happy
know,
is.
I'm happy the first Narnia movie got it. Honestly, I still.
yeah, but I know Crimson's very much of like, oh, a big average of like a different number.
I mean,
It's nice to have either
our
really
Tom
high or
Hanks
really low.
season, almost all of them were 7s.
Yeah, which is that's surprising, but we've already talked about that.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, we
continuing the
tried to
7
cover the
train,
not.
you had Da
Yeah.
Vinci Code and Inferno for Tom Hanks. More 7s to add.
Yeah,
Not Angels and Demons.
He does
I
a lot of
guess with that, since
okay
it
movies.
yeah, since it's considered with the Tom Hanks that we've covered 3 in this season, what do you think collectively the 3 of us would have as the highest average for a Tom Hanks film? Like, what film do you think it would be? Not necessarily the number.
Like his best movie of all time, or just like
Like a movie Tom Hanks is in, the 3 of us would watch, and our group average would be the highest out of any Tom Hanks movie we would cover. What movie
Toy
do you
Oh,
Story
think that
2.
would be?
yeah, I was probably going to say Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 2 would be my guess.
Because my subjective for like the big ones like Forrest Gump would drag down the average. And then Castaway might be a high one. But Toy Story 2, I think, is a pretty safe high
Maybe The
one.
Green Mile.
Maybe The
I
Green
don't know how
Mile.
that one would hold objectively with the whole
Yeah, that's
magic
why
system they have in it.
that
That's true.
that one comes across to me as a maybe because I remember it being amazing to watch, but it's been so long since I've seen it. Um,
Okay. But I'm in agreement. Toy Story 2. Yeah.
yeah.
Not Splash.
Maybe
Nope.
Saving Private Ryan as
Not with you.
well.
That with me.
Saving Private Ryan. I think that would be high. Okay.
Good
Just curious.
options, people. Good options. Yeah.
Well, it's beneficial. Well, I mean, it's a good question because we didn't watch his heavy hitters.
Yeah.
We watched his like
We didn't
offshoots.
even get any of his biopics in there, I think, which is
Nope.
kind of what he's
Not Saving
been
Mr.
known for the
Banks. Not
last couple
Sully.
decades.
Not Captain
Captain
Phillips. Not
Phillips.
Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Is that what that one's called?
Not yet,
The Mr.
anyway.
Rogers one?
I think so. Beautiful
Yeah.
Day in the Neighborhood. I think that's what it's called. Didn't see Polar Express.
That's definitely a high subjective for me. I don't know how I feel about that one
Oh,
objectively.
the objective would be bashed, I'm sure.
Yeah, like there's a reason why I haven't picked it for the podcast. I kind of just like it as like it was my I love it. Just why
Yeah.
ruin it?
uh,
Um,
I guess my surprise is the trilogy I picked, the Has Fallen trilogy. Um, across 2 of the 3, you guys had more enjoyment out of me, which is interesting. Ryder liked Olympus more than I did, and Sprinks liked uh, Angel more than I did. Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I liked Angel more than you did too, but
Well, yeah,
Yeah, we both liked Angel more than you.
I just liked London more than you guys. But it would have
I
been
don't know why.
interesting if my own trilogy was enjoyed more by both of you.
Well, true, but you didn't necessarily choose the trilogy because you enjoyed it the most.
No, it was to get an action film because we haven't really gotten just an action film, and I was
Oh,
interested
we
I
could.
think
Oh, wow.
on you guys'
I'm like,
thoughts
we
on
could
it.
do that. Why we chose the trilogies we did.
Sure. Um,
yeah.
maybe that can be the next thing after Ryder says
Okay.
surprise rating.
Um, my surprise rating, uh, this season is I don't think I have one, honestly.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Yeah, I know. It is. What a twist. Um, but yeah, I don't think I have one because every
The
I'm
surprise is
getting
your
used to you
trilogies
guys.
not seeing the third of anything.
Yeah, that is a little.
I
Oh
love Da
yeah, that I
Vinci Code.
mean that
Never
is
seen
true.
Inferno. I love Narnia. Haven't seen the third one.
Mhm.
Then never heard of Angel Has
Ooh.
Fallen.
Well, yeah, the Da Vinci Code timeline was so weird.
Yeah, I having rewatched the movies, I am surprised I didn't see the Voyage of the Dawn Treader, considering how much I love the other two. But considering how much I didn't enjoy Angels and Demons comparatively to Da Vinci Code, I'm not surprised I didn't go see Inferno.
Hmm.
Gotcha. I guess I'm a little surprised that writer your subjective likeness of Narnia 1 and 2 doesn't match number, but matches the feeling that I have of Narnia 2 and 3. Because you gave nines to 1 and 2, and I gave a 6 to 2 and 3.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I see what you mean.
So,
Yeah,
like, I like 2 and 3 just as much as you like 1 and 2, in a way.
we like them equivalently, I guess, to each other. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
But not
Like,
numerically.
I
Yeah.
don't have two nines, but it's like those two movies, I have the enjoyment equal as you have for the first two. I feel like I've said the same thing 4 times in a row now, but
Yeah. No. Yeah, don't go. I got it. I got it on the third one. Because yeah, it's because the number difference. It's just the way you phrased it. I
yeah.
understand. Yeah, it is a little weird. I like I have a the reason Narnia 2 probably stands out the most, I guess comparatively to you guys on the scale, is just because that's the one I have lots of nostalgia for. And I think the battle scene is better in Narnia 2 than in Narnia 1. And I'm a sucker for medieval warfare, like being smashed into fantasy. Um I think that nostalgia really holds it up for me. Because if I took nostalgia blinders off subjectively, it would probably drop down. I could see it dropping. I don't know how far it would go, but I can definitely see it dropping if I remove nostalgia blinders for my subjective. But the beauty of subjective is I don't have to do that.
True.
And for you, Springs, what you said about the movie makes sense to me. Why you liked it less? Uh, why you felt strong? Why you felt it was such a I guess a decline from the first one? I guess you didn't hate the movie, but it was.
It
I
felt
could get
less
why you
Narnia.
didn't feel as strongly about it.
It felt very much less Narnia.
Yeah, and I again for me that having seen the movie plenty of times, I feel like that's the point of it because it's like that it's currently the Telmarine Empire, not Narnia. You
Yeah.
know?
But then you get the third one, which is then kind of back into Narnia.
Yeah. Well, sort of.
Well, as you can, yeah, I didn't really budge my 6. So,
Right, and then I guess we'll jump into what you were posing of origins of the trilogies. And I guess Sprinks, you can start with yours.
Ooh, well, originally I was going to choose Back to the Future. That was going to be my original choice of the three to go with, but I know that's a very big one to go with. Uh, so I was kind of choosing it because it's iconicity. But I looked at a repertoire and I'm like, we haven't really done a fantasy kind of film in a while. And I know Ryder has been very well, we've talked about on the pod how much he praises Lord of the Rings, the trilogy. But that would be a tremendously huge project, being Crimson hasn't exactly seen them, kind of thing. So it'd be a little delicate to get through. And I'm like, okay, so what's a way to kind of combine all that to do fantasy and something in the vein? So I chose Narnia to kind of equal it all out.
And what made you pick this one opposed to the BBC? It's not a trilogy, is the answer.
Oh, it's not a trilogy. That's it.
uh,
Well, I've only seen one of the BBC ones, and I've seen these ones before. So,
mhm.
like, I kind of said in my head, like, I'm not going in blind. I kind of knew this trilogy to choose with.
Was that a guideline for you the whole time of I want to pick something I've seen all the way through?
Not necessarily all the way through, but at least over half. Something where it's like I've seen the first two, haven't seen the third one. This will make me see the third one, but I have like faith and trust in the first two to pick, kind of thing.
Okay. All right, writer,
That's
origins of
fair.
yours.
Yeah. I was bouncing between this trilogy, Star Wars would have been my pick for iconicity, Sprinks. So we kind of had a
OG.
similar vein there. Yeah, OG, clearly. But we I kind of talked myself out of that because it's not necessarily a trilogy. You would take Star Wars as all, at least the first six as a group, and
As,
that
yeah, I'm going if we do Star Wars, it's a whole season.
yeah, exactly. I figured that would have come up in discussion, so I kind of decided not to do that. I would like to cover the trilogies in isolation because I think they're interesting to cover in isolation, but it could also all be done in one season. Like it wouldn't change our coverage that much. Um, so I was thinking that that one is my big one. And then because I forget that there's Transformers movies beyond the first three, I thought about Transformers, and then obviously nicked that. There was uh, I had another trilogy in mind, but I can't recall. But it boiled down to the reason I picked the Da Vinci Code trilogy was because one, I was actually familiar with the books. I had read the books for every one, single one, which would have allowed me to give an adaptability rating uh, while we were doing coverage because I could actually do that for that trilogy. Um, and I also knew picking the trilogy would be an interesting one because I knew going in it would be I didn't know whether you what I knew Spriggs was either going to like it or he was just going to really hate it and he came out middling on it. So that's kind of I wanted to get his perspective on it because
Well,
I
subjectively,
yeah.
anyhow. I thought they
Yeah.
were all decently made.
Yeah, I was like I knew subjectively that you were going to be kind of middling on them as a trilogy, but I wanted to see I guess what how you I guess would rate them objectively knowing that, I guess. Um, and then also to round out the Tom Hanks season a little bit, because I had a few reasons to pick it. Um, because I know Crimson enjoys like National Treasure and other kind of sort of adventure films, and these three are typically in that genre, but have a very very different flavor. So I thought it would be interesting for us to cover in that vein. If I remember the other trilogy I was considering, I will say it later.
That leaves you, Crimson.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to list because I had the biggest trouble with this season. I had like 20 trilogies I wanted, and it took me forever to whittle it down. I tried to weigh Because I didn't care if I'd never seen the trilogy, if it was one I wanted to see or something I thought would be good. There was a trilogy called Blood Rain, which is a vampire trilogy that I was thinking because we got Twilight fans, and I've seen the first one. Um, there were trilogies I was thinking for both of you. They're like, oh, I'd really like to get writer's thoughts. I'd really like to get Sprinks' thought on this one. I tried to get one that neither of you have seen, which is partially why I did the Has Fallen trilogy. Um, I guess the last two I axed before, or last three I axed before getting to Has Fallen was the Blade trilogy, Cats and Dogs, and um, the Librarian trilogy. Those are the I think those were the final candidates. Like I said, I had a lot of them that I had to sort through, so it was a tough one for me. But action movie trilogy you guys haven't seen, and a movie I hadn't seen within the trilogy, so new for everybody at some point.
Yeah, just imagine just like looking at the table and you got Blade, Cats and Dogs, Librarian, and one. It's like, oh boy, which one of
Some heavy
these?
hitters,
None of them are the same.
not even a
Yeah.
close thread, other
Yeah.
than they're very
My okay,
crimson.
I
Except Blade, that's kind of an outlier one.
yeah, my off kilter one that I was thinking of was the Sympathy for Vengeance trilogy, and then the
Of course, doy. Of course, we all
yeah.
knew that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if you've heard of it, I'd be surprised. Um, and then the other one was another obvious like iconic one, which would be The Godfather.
Oh, yes,
Godfather trilogy is a very very
famous.
yeah, infamous and famous for sure. So I was thinking of picking something obscure or going with classics. I think those were my goals, and I kind of just ended up settling on something I think would be pretty middle.
Look, they massacred my boy. That's all I really know. I haven't seen The Godfathers, so I know
Yes.
Crime Against Cinema. Haven't seen it. All right.
Um,
I guess you guys
yeah,
want to move on to one of our segments?
Yeah.
yeah, we could do a segment.
Which one?
That's what I threw out there. Well, since it's been posed, I guess let's do a post poll perspective.
Post poll perspective. All right. Well, everybody, post poll perspective. In case you don't know what this is, and this is your first recap, welcome. This is over on YouTube. We do posts. We try to make it every week, but sometimes it doesn't make it every week. But we kind of put a poll out to get your thoughts on things of connections to what we've covered or not, and then we cover them here. These are pretty up to date. We have 6 of them to go over today. The first one that was put out, not exactly a poll, but just an overarching question, was we ended last recap asking what you all think was the worst film that Tom Hanks has been in. And now this is the positive end of it, which is flipping the question to a more positive end. What do you think is the best film that Tom Hanks is in? Again, not just his acting, but the film as a whole. Where we did receive one comment from hopefully I pronounced this correctly, Lori Hering or Heering, 1972. And they wrote, sorry, I
Herring.
couldn't narrow it. Oh, herring. Oh, okay. It could be herring the fish. Sorry, I couldn't narrow it down to a couple, but here's a list of my favorites in no particular order. And they wrote A Man Named Called Otto, The Polar Express, Castaway, Green Mile, Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2, Saving Private Ryan, Philadelphia, Sleepless in Seattle, League of Their Own, The Burbs, Money Pit, and Splash, which is a lot.
Yeah, but what's the favorite? What's the best?
I,
Lost the point of the question
uh,
you had to answer. Uh,
yeah, I'm gonna go with their answer is A Man Called Otto because that's the first one they wrote down.
all right, Mikado. Kind of an interesting choice, but I can see how that could be someone's favorite. It's a decent film.
I would agree.
His worst film, not necessarily his acting, but the
Best.
film as a
Best.
whole. Oh
Worst was
Yeah,
no.
last time.
we already covered the worst one.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
okay,
the
okay,
best
okay.
one.
Sorry.
I think I can safely say my answer is Toy Story 2.
Yeah, I figured you were gonna say that. That's probably what I'll end up saying as well.
Yeah.
Really? You
Hmm.
think the best film he's in is Toy Story 2 out of everything?
And I can double check my own letterbox, but I think that lines up.
What's Letterbox?
Good
We
one.
are so close, Ryder.
We are. We are getting there.
Had to get it in there. Toy Story 2 is probably my pick for objective favorite best Tom Hanks film. Subjectively though, I think I would be well within my rights to probably pick Polar Express because, like I said, I think I've talked about it on the podcast before. Maybe it's probably been mentioned. I like Polar Express a lot because I watched that movie for the first time the year that I learned that Santa Claus wasn't real. And
Excuse you?
so yeah, so it hit me in a very very particularly niche spot. I think.
Wow, I have 9 Tom Hanks movies that are 8 out of 10s. But one of them I don't count. It says Cars. Who the heck is he in Cars?
He's at the very end of the movie.
All right, well, I'm not gonna count that. So
When
I have
Yeah, when Mac
8,
is at the theater.
8, 8,
It's
8.
reusing Toy Story lines.
Oh yeah, that doesn't count. Mm-mm. Yeah, I'll say Toy Story 2.
Okay. Huh. I guess I'm a little surprised by that.
What would you have been expecting out of curiosity?
I would expect you Ryder Saving Private Ryan, I think.
No. I mean for Crimson,
Oh, for Crimson,
because you seemed surprised by his
uh,
pick.
You've Got Mail. I don't know.
I haven't seen that one.
No,
Saving Private Ryan would make sense for your answer for me, and I
no,
agree.
I
That's a
feel
safe choice.
slightly, I feel like Crimson maybe Castaway? Like, that's what you chose for your PNG to look like anyhow?
No, that one was the one that fit the most for my, my outfit.
Okay.
I mean, that is one of the 8 eights, so it is in line.
Yeah. I just know that one's you fairly like, but I know also
Well
how you feel about Forrest Gump.
said.
So, it's definitely not Forrest Gump
It's not Forrest
for
Gump.
you. But Forrest Gump would certainly be high for me. All right, on to the next one. Next one we have here is one of Tom Hanks's most iconic roles, if not the most iconic, is Woody from the Toy Story franchise. Which Toy Story film to you has the best lines said by Woody himself? This received a total of 14 votes, where 50%, which was 7 of the votes, went to Toy Story 2, 29% went to Toy Story 1, 14% went to Toy Story 3, and 7% went to Toy Story 4.
There's a snake in my boot.
That's said in more than one movie.
I know, but it originated in the first one,
It
so I would count that as a first movie quote. I did vote in this one. Oh yeah. Preface for our audience: I sometimes participate in these, not on all of them. I voted for the first movie. That's where
Okay. I think my answer would be Toy Story 3.
I'm glad you didn't say 4, because then I'd have to beat you in real life, and I don't want
No,
to
it's
do that.
absolutely not 4. But I think Woody has the best lines in Toy Story 3. Talking about Andy, the gang, the new toys,
You need
how he
define.
feels about Andy and Bonnie, the Lotso situation. I think his teamwork really shines. The first movie, good funny lines, but it
You
is a bit
are
selfish and
a
jerk.
toy.
Yeah, classic. Toy Story 2, his lines are good, but it is more empathy or like sympathy towards Jesse and the toys at Al's place, and then the game. But he doesn't really have like a good talking moment, I suppose, like a monologue kind of thing. It's those more go to Jesse and Buzz in that movie, which is a good balance. And then the fourth movie is, hey, Bo Peep, let's forget about everybody else.
It's just him
You're not
kissing Bo
wrong.
Peep's feet, bowing at her presence.
So my answer is three.
Man, because I know we're gonna do Toy Story one day for the podcast, I've been holding off rewatching these
Ooh,
movies.
five's coming out. It's coming out soon.
Yeah, I'm no. I I've been avoiding rewatching them because since we started the podcast, so I probably haven't rewatched them in uh, at least since then. It's been a while. It's been anywhere between 5 to 10 years that I haven't rewatched these films. So I don't. There's not an iconic line that's jumping out to me right now that Woody's said, but I would safely pick probably Toy Story 2 or Toy Story 3. Because there are some bangers in both, I think.
Okay. Hmm. Well, none of us chose Toy Story 4. So way to go.
And thankfully, the audience didn't. Oh wait, no, someone did.
Well, we got 7%,
Ugh,
which might be
one
one or
person.
two votes.
Yeah.
One person. Yeah. Never know who's that's going to be. Anyhow, we'll go on to the next one. This one was kind of chose because Easter came around. So the poll was out of these four options, which Easter Bunny is your favorite? This received 3 votes, with the options being Here Comes Peter Cottontail, Peter Cottontail himself, the Easter Bunny from Santa Claus 2, The Escape Clause, the Easter Bunny from Rise of the Guardians, and the Liam Neeson Easter Bunny from The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. This received 2 votes to The Escape Clause and 1 vote for Stephen Colbert.
I'm
It also
voting for
received
Stephen Colbert.
It also received a comment from the same person last time, Lori Herring, I think he said 1972, who said neither, which I'm guessing means none of them.
Yeah.
That would be my guess as well.
Yeah. Santa Claus 2. I haven't seen any of the other representations here, I think.
Okay.
I don't know what the first one's
My
from.
vote, that one's from Here Comes Peter Cottontail,
Well,
a
then I
Rankin and
definitely haven't
Bass
seen it.
cartoon. I would guess Sinister's seen it, if anyone has.
Probably.
My answer would be Rise of the Guardians.
Hmm.
I have not seen Rise of the Guardians, so
What about
Hugh
Hops or
Jackman.
Hop or whatever it was called?
Oh, Hops
Hops.
is that the Easter Bunny? I don't know if it's the Easter Bunny or they're just a bunch of bunnies that work on Easter. I can't. I saw that movie so long ago.
Me too.
I just
And I don't need
remember
to
it
see it
was like a
again.
battle. No, it was a battle between the bunnies of being like the face of Easter and the chickens who were mad, and they're like, "No, we want to be the face of Easter," or something.
Something like that. Not a very good movie from what I recall.
No, just James Marsden with another animated character, which he likes doing.
Sanic.
Yeah, Rise of the Guardians, Australian Hugh Jackman Easter Bunny, really sassy. Okay, we'll go on then to the next one. Uh, which was does Gerald but gosh, I can't pronounce his name. Gerard Butler have a good American accent in Olympus Has Fallen? This received a whopping 48 votes, where 94% was a yes and 6% was a no.
It's pretty staggering. It's kind of
Yeah.
it's a big one.
Hey, those who voted 6%, way to go. I'm right there with you. Good job.
yeah.
I was
I
never
think
as
his
harsh
accent is.
when we covered it, so I'm on the yes team because I didn't think it came out all that much at all.
It
It
came
gets
out a
better in the
couple.
next 2 movies. The first one is
It
ugh.
it comes out a couple times in the first one, but it wasn't. It never really broke the scene for me. Like I said, I only heard his accent in 2 scenes, and it wasn't for very long. So like I think it would have broken for me if like he went a if they weren't for like if he did a full scene in a broken accent, that would have bothered me. But the fact that it slipped out in specific words, I'm probably on yes. I could be talked to a no if like more uh examples were pointed out to me, I guess.
Okay. I just feel like there was more things, like, with the lines where it did not sound American. So, but as I said, the London has fallen and Angel has fallen. I think he definitely gets better.
Alright.
So, and Crimson, did you vote in this one?
I did. I was on the S team. Yeah.
Okay. Next one was a question posed. If a fourth Has Fallen film was made, what would you like it to be about? The story, the characters, the actions, the twists.
For me, it would be more action. The the characters is a joke. You just have essentially, I guess, three characters. You got the president, Morgan Freeman. You got Banning, and then you got Banning's wife, whose name I don't
And
remember. And
They
they
daughter.
recasted.
yeah, they recast it. Yeah, I guess that. Well, and I guess his dad is now in the third one, so
You have
he'd
a
be
dad
carried
now, yeah.
over into the
Yeah.
fourth one. Um, but I would like more of the action, more inside action, like the first film, because I kind of prefer enclosed combat more.
We kind of talked, we kind of pitched how what I would want to do with this trilogy in one of our coverages, which is like, let's go to a completely new government, completely new Secret Service organization, follow them, and then do a crossover
Yeah, but that's if we were
Could
to
work.
or
remake this
versus.
trilogy as a franchise. That wouldn't really
Yeah.
be the fourth one, though.
Well, it could be like Men in Black International,
I
where
haven't
it is
seen
like
it.
a different aspect, like place. Uh, I would want President Ben, to come back.
Yeah, I want President Ben and his kid to come back, honestly, because those were kind of important to Banning's character.
Yeah. Was it Connor? Ben and Connor?
Yeah,
That
Benjamin,
sounds
That'd be
about
Asher,
right.
cool.
and Connor.
Yeah, that'd be cool if being with like the pills he's taking, Benny being, getting older, if like he's getting his butt kicked in a scene and then Connor comes to save him. He was like, yeah, I got to, my dad was the president. I got training. Like saves him.
Well,
Well,
he
cool.
could be you could be like part of Secret Service at that point. You could be old enough, you
Yeah,
know.
you could be
You
a
could.
cop or yeah, Secret Service, and be like, Banning, you are an idol to me. Got me into this field, something along those lines. There's potential, but what would be the threat?
A kaiju.
No, that would take it in a different direction, but I'm not entirely opposed.
Aliens. Space threat.
Boom,
Like how bigger can you get than destroying the whole world? Take it to space.
destroying the solar system.
Yeah, and anything I have that's coming to mind is probably a little bit too close to politics going on right now. So
Ooh.
not like super bad, but like I'm thinking like more insurrectionist kind of stuff or more dystopian like AI related. Uh,
Yeah, robots. That could work.
yeah.
Robots taking over.
Turn into a Mission Impossible. It's got the AI as the bad guy.
No, I'm thinking of a good movie.
Ooh!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Bang bang! Shots
Okay.
fired.
Hey, it's okay. We haven't covered it
I'm
yet.
I might have some opinions on the last Mission Impossible film, so don't know if they're controversial, but we'll know when we get there.
But it's a submarine. It's so cool.
Good thing it's 30 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we're not covering
Okay.
that. We
No,
got
I think that was a good
one
couple of
last
answers.
poll, right?
Yes, we do one more. The big one. This is Mr. Tumnus in your top 3 favorite characters in the Narnia films. This received, well, actually, I think the
20.
time 20. It got 20. Okay, 20 votes, and 50%, so a whopping 10, went to easily top 3. 10% went to maybe more like top 5, and 40% went to not even top 10. And it did receive a comment. Let me get it from a Shaylin4185 saying he snitched on the kids, which makes me think this person doesn't like him.
Probably not.
Honestly, valid take though. Like, not judging.
He did snitch.
Oh, he snitched on one kid.
Yeah, I mean, technically. He didn't know about
He
the
also
others yet,
I
kidnapped a kid.
but he would
yeah,
have. If they all
yeah.
arrived there at the same time and he brought them to their house, he would have snitched on all of them.
That's
To
true.
be blunt, I don't hate Tomness, but thinking about my list of favorite characters in Narnia, since this is all three of the Narnia films, I don't
Yep.
think he makes my top 10.
Oh wow, not even at 10.
Yeah.
I mean, the Pevensies, Caspian, and Aslan, that's already 5 right there, let alone any of like Aureus? I would take Aureus.
That's 6 actually. That's 6 with Aslan.
Mm,
Yeah.
Pevensies and Caspian is 5, Aslan is 6, and I love
oh,
Rupajik.
Miraz and the White Witch, so that's 7, 8, and then Reepicheep would be 9. Yeah, like it's pretty easy to stack it up to where he's not even in my top 10. And I don't hate Tomness. He's probably
Well, there's a lot of characters in the Narnia movies, but
yeah, he's probably in my early teens to mid teens, somewhere in there. I would say somewhere between 11 and 15 would be my guess on his placement.
okay. So not top 10 for you. And Crimson,
I did
guessing it's the
vote.
same for you.
Yeah, I voted not top 10.
Okay. For me, he's easily top 3.
I'm not surprised from our coverage, and
Yeah,
I'm sure Kai would feel the same way
Could be.
based off of the talks we
yeah,
had.
yeah. Like I said, if it was just the first Narnia movie, yeah, I think he would be in my top 5. I have to think about it.
I mean, the wolf in
Anyway,
the
that
first one's pretty
is
good. Whatever his name
the
was.
wolf. Yeah.
The
I want to
beavers.
say Grimlock. No, it's not Grim. I don't remember.
I think it started with an
Yeah,
M.
The
I know
wolf,
he
the
does start.
beavers.
Malgrim or something.
Yeah, Malgrim.
Yeah,
And then there's the fox.
Fox, yeah. First one's got some good characters.
it does.
Yeah, the
It
centaur.
do.
Yeah, Aureus. I remember his name because he's better than the
Left quite
centaur
an
in the
impression.
second one.
Yeah, that no. What about the little kid centaur? Risen sword.
Right, I didn't think about that. What about the female one that cries in the second one? Yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember that. And then you got the General Minotaur from the first movie, and then you got Tauros from the third movie.
forget Tauros. Now we're just listing characters.
We are.
Yeah.
All right, well, with post poll done, I suggest let's go do our segment. We've
All
got a
right. I hear it's a new one today.
we've got a new one hot off the presses. It's called
Oh boy.
Critics Came Together. Uh, it
Yeah,
is
yeah,
a
yeah.
play on a movie called They Came Together for the title.
Hold on. Hold on. The joke needs to be made. That sounds very gay.
I figured someone would say that.
Nah, I wasn't gonna say it.
I know. That's why I took responsibility because I
You
have no
took it.
fear.
All right. So the premise of this game, it's kind of like a fill in the blank matching game in a way. But for this
All right.
particular iteration of it, we, well, you guys, because I'm hosting it, are going to work together to make your guys' graphs from what we've covered on the podcast. So what I mean by that is I've gone through all 193 or whatever we're at now um, podcasts, got all of our ratings, and I compiled them into a bar graph and counted how many of a particular number someone rated something. So let's say someone gave 10 subjective 4s across everything. Your guys' goal is to tie the number to the ratings number. Is that tracking?
Maybe. Never done it
We're
before.
tying. We're tying
So,
our like if we our 4 subjectives or whatever to a rating number specifically.
so I'm going to give you guys a certain amount of numbers and say these are all the ratings that writers given subjectively. Put these on a graph. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, the first one we're going to do is writers objective. So, these numbers are in no particular order. I just did it from lowest to highest. So you guys have to match one rating that writer gave no numbers to: 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, another 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, another 11, 12, 13, another 13, 16, 20, 26, and another 26 too. So, any questions before we jump into assigning these?
We
No, I
are
think I get it.
I don't. We are assigning these numbers to my ratings.
Yes.
Okay.
So, just to grab a random number, you have two 11s on there. What?
Can I go first?
Sure.
Writer has a 0 at zero point 0.5. He's never given anything a zero point 0.5.
Well, we don't have a 0.5 on. This is from our normal graph,
Okay.
so 1 to 10.
Oh, well, that's a good example then.
Yeah, so 1 to 10, our standard graph. But that is the correct way of doing it, Sprinks. You got it. So, yeah, you're just assigning the numbers to the ratings.
Okay.
And it's cooperative. So
So
you
I
guys
would
can
say
discuss, I think Ryder did this, blah, blah, blah. So what?
Writer, have you ever given something a 1 objective?
I think I've given it once. So I would say to okay, let's see if I get this right. I would put 1 at 1?
If you guys are agreeing that you both believe,
Sure.
yeah, okay. All right.
Okay.
So Ryder has currently 1 on 1.
Uh,
I think one of the 26s is like a 7.
do give a lot of 7s though. Uh, yeah, you're probably right. I think I agree.
So 26 out of 7 is what you're agreeing with?
Yeah.
All right. And I guess what I forgot to mention, since to put points on the board, if you guys beat me with a passing grade, which will be 70%, you guys get points. If you guys get less than 70% correct, then no points.
Okay. Writer, have you given anything a 10 out of 10?
Yes. I can
Yeah.
think of one. I'm not sure if I
Oh, shoot. Do you
maybe
think you've given more 10 out of 10s or 1 out of 1s then?
I know for a fact I have given out 1 out of 1.
Okay, that means
Uh,
you've given out more than one 10 out of 10
yeah. That's
because
kind
this
of where
graph
I'm
does not
going
have
with
two
that.
ones.
Yeah. I'm thinking yeah, well, okay, my 1 out of 1 that I'm sure I gave, it's either I think it's either Doctor Strange or it's Velma. uh, and for my 10 out of 10s, it would have been the are the shorts included in this, Crimson?
Yeah,
I think everything that's been covered is in this.
everything we've given a
Then
rating
yes.
to. And these are
Yes, then
the podcast ratings, not the recap adjustments. I guess I do need to state that. These are the initial ratings.
okay. Then yeah, I have I know for a fact I have Death the short at a 10. But I don't remember if um 12 Angry Men was at a 10 or if it was at a 9.5 or 9. But if Shawshank was at 9.5, I think I would have had 12 Angry Men at least at that matching.
Yeah. So is that a 2 then?
Yes. I think I'm going to go with
All right.
2 for
2
10.
10s.
2 tenths it
Yeah.
is.
I can think of two 1.5s. So I'm going to go with, I think the threes are at 1.5.
So are you in agreement with that, Sprinks?
Sure.
All right.
I'll tell you,
Now I,
all I have to help is the high numbers and low numbers. I don't know a damn thing about anything else.
The middle's
I
a
should ask,
boy.
are these
I
including
know,
the point fives?
Yeah, point
yes,
fives. Yeah.
that's why there's 20
Okay.
numbers.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure.
Also, Ryder, I know you give more lower scores averagely than higher scores. So I feel like the
Yeah.
bigger numbers on this list are probably for smaller things.
Yes.
Like, do you think one of the
Uh,
sevens is for your nines
mm, I think the 5 might be for my 9s.
or 9.5s?
I don't I didn't give many 9.5s.
There's also one iteration up here that you gave nothing. You have never given a score for.
Yeah, and I honestly have
Zero.
no idea what that's for.
I think that is like a 3.5,
No,
maybe?
I've
I don't know.
given a 3.5. I can remember giving a 3.5. I don't
It is interesting to see what people remember. I mean, this is years and years of memory right here.
yeah, this is years of work. I mm, I think one of my 7s is a 3.5.
So
Okay.
What do you think, Springs? Yeah.
Sure. Again, I don't know anything on the matter. I'm blind.
Yeah, we're both guesstimating here. We're trying to work together, I guess, on it.
I could just assign these numbers to numbers and maybe get more of a percentage than it's random to me.
and you're both operating on the same memories. Sprinks, you've been on all of these, and
Sure,
Ryder
give
has
11
because he
to
sort of.
4.5. Give 11 to 4.5.
If Ryder thinks
Give it
that
13 to
fits.
5.5.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement with those actually. Uh, I think 26, another 26 should probably go to 7.5
7 and 7.5 are
or
your highest ever used.
probably. I would imagine that they're the highest ever used. 7.5 or 6.5, I think.
So you currently have your 7 with 26. What are you assigning the others 26 to?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna assign the 26 to 7.5.
Okay, got it.
What have I not
All right,
used?
well, how many twos
Um,
do you think you've dished out?
I feel like I've dished those out on the smaller side. So has the 5 been used?
5 has not been used.
Uh, and I think my 3 has been used, right?
Yes.
All right. I think I'm gonna settle my 5 then for that.
5 for 2. Gotcha.
Think I'd have. This is harder than I thought. I'm gonna go with what do I have left, Crimson? What do I got left?
7, 11, 8, 13, 12. I mean, I was kind of hoping you guys would keep track of your own numbers. 20, 16, 13, and 9.
Next time I'll write them all down. Okay.
All right. Well, you still have 20. What do you think would be your third highest?
It's got to be like a 5, right? 5, 5.5, like the middle
It
stuff.
it might
Maybe a
be.
4.5.
I'm thinking 6.5. Honestly.
So 7.5, 7, and 6.5
Yeah,
are your 26 and 20s.
I think so. Yeah, it makes the most sense to me.
Okay. I just feel like you give
16.
more lower overall of things than hires.
Yeah, I would put the 16 at 5.
So are we putting the 20 at 6.5?
Sounds good.
Yeah, I would say this. I would say the 16 could go to 5, and
16 to
then
5.
I would say 13 to. No, I'm gonna say 7 to 5.5.
7 to 5.5. Gotcha, covered. assuming Sprix is on board,
Sure.
because it is supposed to be cooperative.
Nothing. I don't know how. As I said, I got the big numbers because those
Yeah.
correlate to the graph here of like the 26 and zeros and one, but everything in the middle is their numbers are so close together. You got 7 through 13 with multiples.
I'm thinking back on it. Maybe I haven't. I'm not. It's too late to change now, but maybe because this is the problem. Because I'm thinking about this through my memory. I feel like I didn't give out any twos. I can't really remember a film I gave out a two, so that might be my zero one.
Twos?
But it's too late to take it back. Yeah, I
Twos.
can't think of any twos I've given off the top of my head. So I
I feel
might
like
that might
Mars
be the
Attacks
zero.
was low for you, but I can't remember. That was definitely one of your ones, I think. Was Mars Needs Moms, not Mars Attacks.
I think. Yeah, Marcy's Moms was probably a 1 or 1.5. Yeah. Let's see.
And then Velma. And Velma season 2.
Yeah.
So you
Um.
got two 13s left to play with. Those are your highest remaining ones.
Yeah. 13. I'm gonna put at 8.
Okay.
I'm gonna put another 13 at 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5. Got it.
I think 3.5. I'm gonna stick an 11. Where else? I have an 11 left, and I have a 13, right?
3.5. I already had that down as something finished.
I said 4.5. Oh
Oh,
no, wait, sorry, I already gave that one. My bad. You're right. You're right. You're right.
you have
Not being the
2.5 and
number game,
3.
there's a lot of numbers.
There's. You have 2.5 and 3 open for the low numbers.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with one of my low numbers I have left. I have a 7. I have an 8 and a 9. Right.
So on the
I'm
graph,
gonna give a.
things that aren't filled out is 2, 2.5, 6, 8.5, 9, 9.5.
Okay. I'm gonna give my last 7. If I have a 7 remaining, I'm gonna give that to. Um,
No 7 left.
uh,
Ooh, new 7.
I'm gonna give 8 and to my 2. I know that one's wrong because I feel like 0 should be in the 2 spot now, but I'm too late to change it.
You already used your 8, unless you want me to move the 8.
Mm, Am I allowed to move the numbers around?
And you could. I mean, it'll just make things more complicated to remember where where everything's at.
Yeah. Now that I know how this game works, I will actually be able to keep track next round. But I did not understand at all.
So you have an
All
11,
right.
13, 12, 10, 9. 9
I
is
put
your
9 at
lowest number.
2. Yeah. Put 9 at 2. Or sorry, 2.5. That's the one that's not occupied, right?
Yeah, 2.5.
Uh, I'll put a 10, 9.5.
Oh, and I guess you still have your 0.
Well, if my zero is going at 2, then the number 2.
Okay, so what did you put there? All right, so that gives you your 5 back.
I think I'm gonna put my 5 at 2.5 then.
Okay. All right, so you have your rating is 6, 8.5, and 9 remaining. You have 11, 13, and 12 to assign.
A 6, F 3.5, and my
6,
9?
8.5, and 9.
8.5. Okay. 8.5, I'll give my highest remaining number.
All right,
Uh,
so 13.
yeah.
Okay.
6, I'm gonna give my again, I think my highest remaining number, and then I'm just gonna just gonna go
12.
highest or just go
Okay.
down the line that way.
And that. All right. So there's the completed graph on the visual side. And then,
How well did we do?
all right. So across all of those, you got 2 right.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Your graph does look quite different. So 2 right on that. That is not reaching near that 70% mark. You're going to have to get these next ones going a lot more.
Which ones did I get right? Out of
All right.
curiosity.
So you got your 7s and your 8.5s correct.
Hey,
The 0 was of a
All
that's
right.
better
10.
than
Kind
0.
You've never done an
zero was a 10.
objective 10. You've never done objective
What did I give death?
10. You
9.5
get
maybe?
9.5, yeah. You've never given an
My
objective
subjective
10.
then. Okay. I could have sworn I gave death a 10, but it might be my subjective that I'm thinking of.
Perhaps, perhaps. All right,
Because there's
then.
specifically objective ratings, though, right?
This one was
Yep.
objective. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Next, instead of doing writer's subjective, we're going to do Sprinks's objective. The numbers for this one consist of 0, another 0, another 0, another 0,
5
another
zeros.
0, 2 ones, a 2, a 3, 5, 9, 11, 13, 2 16s.
Whoa.
Oh, I got you. I got you. 25, 33, and 2 35s. So very drastically different numbers this time around. With 5
Yep.
zeros, this should be a little
I
easier, I would imagine, to whittle certain things down.
Yeah. I
Oh, yeah, I
assume
can
your
help.
zero zeros is at 10 and 1, right, Springs?
I fully believe that. Yep.
All right.
All right, well,
I
that
don't.
takes 2 of
I
them out.
can't. Yeah, I can't. The only thing I think you could see you giving a 1 to Springs was Marcy's mom's, but I don't think you gave that a 1 objectively.
No, we just said I gave 0 ones, so it's gotta be at least a
Yeah.
1.5.
Yeah, I think it was a 1.5. So,
I don't think for objective. My objectives are more lenient to the craft of the film. My subjective probably would have been that.
yeah.
Uh, no, Marcin's Mom, I probably gave like a 2.5 objectively. I think one of my 35s is 7.
35.
I agree with that. I agree to that. I'm thinking so yeah, just your other zeros then cuz you're again you're pretty lenient in objectives. Maybe is your 1.5 and
9.5?
2? Yeah. I
Objective 9.5? That would be too high.
I feel like didn't you give that to Shawshank?
If anything, it would have been something like that, but maybe that was a 9. Maybe 9.5 was the subjective.
It's true. I
I'm like,
feel
I'm
like
also
you
thinking
gave
Muppets Christmas Carol. I gave that a subjective 10, but objectively it wasn't a 10.
I feel like you would have given Shawshank because I feel like you would have given Shawshank an objective 9.5, but that is the only one that we've covered that I think that you would have done that.
Yes. I think I'm going to put another 0 at 2 and a 1 at 1.5
1 and 1.5.
because I think I gave Velma season 1 a 1.5.
Yeah, I was leaning that as well. I do think you give Velma 1.5. I remember you throwing a 1.5 number around that season. Um, I guess do we want to put the other one at the other one at 9.5 or do we want to save that?
I don't know if I've given anything a 9.5 objectively. So we could save it. It's either probably a 1 or a 0.
For your
Uh,
9.5s.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think, is there any like weird number that I have like just randomly like I've never given something straight 4 or something, but I know that's not true.
I know you've given I can think of 2 5.5s, but I can't think of anything beyond that that you've given the same number of shows. So I think
Yeah.
I think a 2 or 3 should be used for 5.5.
Let's go with 2.
Okay.
So 2
2
for
5.5s.
5.5. All right.
Sure. I want to do 33 for 6.
Um, yeah, I agree with that actually. I think you do give a lot of sixes. 'Cause that tends to be your go-to number, like, the film,
Had a little
like,
good
that
for it.
just yeah, yeah. In a weird way, it kinda matches your subjective in my head a little bit whenever you go, 6 is a
I mean, it's a
6 is a number you
above
tend to give a
par
movie.
movie.
Yeah, 6 is a number you give a movie that you don't really like, but you recognize that there is something about the craft here.
Yeah, the movie was made, but the elements of the movie could have made a lot better.
I don't think you've given many 4s. I'm trying
I
to
don't
think
think
about it.
so. And then
You mm,
4.5s. I've probably given more 4.5s than 4s.
yeah, so would you put an okay with being a 9 at a 4.5?
Let's do
Or
11.
is that too 11? Okay.
11, 4.5.
Locked in, unless it's
Yeah.
moved.
I would s
Mm-mm.
yeah, unless it's moved. I would
Thank you.
say for 9s then, would you wanna give you the 5 to 9s? Since you don't wanna
Sure. 5 to 9 sounds good.
yeah,
I
Wonderful.
because you
think
gotta yeah.
is 5.5 still on the table?
No, you gave
You gave it
that
a 2,
2.
but we
I gave
can I
5.5s 2?
Writer
yeah,
said that, and you
I said it
agreed.
should be I said it should be a 5 I said it should be a 2 or a 3 because I know you've given I can think of 2 that you've given out off the top of my
Ooh,
head,
change that to a
but
3.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
No, American movie comes immediately to mind. Documentary
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Yeah,
I thought of American movie, and I thought of a recent one, I just couldn't remember. So I thought of 2 immediately. I'm like, so it's either 2 or
probably
3
more
at
than
the end
that
of the day.
too. But
All right. So
okay.
3 to 5.5. That gives you your 2 back.
What about 2 to 3.5? Or is that too high? 2 to 3 instead.
No, that's fine. I don't think I've given that many 3.5s, if any. 2 to 3.5.
Gotcha.
Alright. Should
Is
we put
8
it
still on the table?
8. The ratings or the other number?
I don't have a number of 8s here, so my rating number.
Yeah, yeah. Rating
Is there a
number is
number?
open. Yep.
Okay, I think that gets a 16.
Okay. Do that.
I agree with it would have to be the 16 or the 25, I think.
No, 25 already used. That was for the 6s.
No, you
Um,
gave the 6 is 33.
yeah, you gave 6 is 33.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you still got 25.
I think the 8
25
should be
8s?
25, I think.
You still have 6.5 and 7.5 in that like middle range area.
I think 7.5 could be the other 35.
I agree with that.
All right.
And then I guess
And
the
where do you
8's 25?
yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning with
Okay,
it. I would say give one of the 16s to 6.5.
sure. Works for me.
Okay. A lot of catching up. So 25 to 8. That opens up your
Yep.
16 again. And then what was the one you just said?
Was it 16 to 6.5?
Yeah, that sounds right. All right, 16 to 6.5. All right. So that leaves you with number 16, 1, 13. And then however many zeros. I don't have that on my end over here.
You used
2.5,
3 zeros.
3,
So
4, 5, 8.5.
Let's do
another 0
16
for
fives. What were the low numbers? A 1 and
we had a 2.5 and 3 that
wait,
haven't been assigned, right? And then oh, you mean yeah.
So you have a 1 and a 9 and a 13 left.
1, 9, 13, and a 0?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have on the normal graph, you have 2.5, 3, 4, and 8.5.
I think 4 gets 13.
4, 13.
I agree with that.
9 to the 8.5?
Yeah, I think I can see that. Yeah.
And then it's a 0 and a 1
Yep.
to 2.5 and 3.5?
To 2.5 and 3.
1 goes to 2.5.
0 goes to 3.
Yeah.
That's all that would be left.
Yeah. All right.
I think Velma
I think
season
that's
2
it.
maybe was a 2.5 or something.
Yeah, I do remember Velma Season 2 being a very, very slight improvement. Wasn't much, but it was an improvement.
Alrighty. Well, with that, you've got 3 correct. An
Hey,
improvement.
one more.
Oh wait, no, I didn't count the
Yeah.
zeros. Sorry, you got more than that right. You got
Oh. Oh, yay.
6 right. You got 6 right.
Oh, that's way better.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Way better.
because obviously zeros don't have a bar, so I didn't see that. So 6. Boom. That's definitely better than 2. You got your 35s correct. It was 7 and 7.5 for those.
Okay.
And then you had your
And the zeros 10
4.5.
and 1?
That's correct. Yeah, 10, 1, and 9.5. You haven't given a 9.5
Okay.
objective. Yeah, the most shocking one on this graph to me was your 5.5. It's so interesting to look at because your graph generally goes up to 7, but there's just the one drop down to 5.5. It's an interesting one. All right, well that
That's the
was
middleman.
critics came together, a version of it where we're doing our ratings, but
Yeah.
it's a matching game essentially.
So we didn't get the percent, right?
You did not
We
get
didn't
any
hit
points
You
for
didn't
70.
get a
this.
point.
No,
No.
not,
Mm-mm.
not even going to calculate however many 6 out of
Well, first one was
19 is.
10%, right? 2 out of 20.
Well, it's 19, right? Because it's one.
Are we off?
It's 19. Yeah, it's 19 because the 0.5 doesn't exist. So it's out of 19.
Oh.
So 2 out of 19, whatever.
2 out of 19 and 6 out of 19.
Yeah, definitely an improvement on the second time around.
Yeah. So what is that? 8/38.
Yes, 8/38. Not 70%.
No.
All right. Yeah, there you go. Critics came together. Attempt 1.
Temp 1.
Um, who knows when we'll see it
Good
again?
little match.
There it is.
Well, we didn't even touch yours.
No,
Yeah.
no, we didn't touch mine.
By that definition,
Didn't
we have
touch
to
your
finish
subs
this sentence.
either,
Huh?
but I mean, we don't have to. Audience, let us know how much
Yeah.
you like the like this one.
I'll bring us to a point that I said I think I told Sprinks that I was gonna address again in the recap,
Oh boy.
uh, which is about bookending characters. Uh, I believe I was asking you because you don't like bookends for characters, but you're okay with bookends for the story, right? That's where we left off with that, if I recall.
I liked bookends of the movie.
Yes, but you don't like bookends for the character specifically.
More in the example, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, the core of this was
Yeah.
Angels and Demons, where Sprinks brought up
Yes.
that Robert Langdon's whole storyline was wanting the Illuminati book and then getting the Illuminati book.
Yes.
Yes.
Um, and I think my initial thoughts on that were I guess I want you to elaborate a little bit more on why bookends for characters don't work for you because I remember you saying that it does it make it shallow for you? I guess would be my first question with that because that is the characters one of their that was like one of their goals and they achieved it. but you don't like the fact that they achieved it.
Let's compare, because I tried to think of an example. Let's compare Angels and Demons, Robert Langdon, of
Yeah.
wanting the page from the Vatican archives for his book and then getting that on what he goes through, compared to The Last Crusade of the using the journal and trying to find the Holy Grail and then finding the Holy Grail.
Okay.
Robert Langdon starts with, "Oh, you have a problem. Your problem directly relates to something of my interest of the book I'm stuck on." So it's already like one to one matched of this is what's happening in world, this is what happened with the character. Not so much as we know you're an expert on this subject, can you help us? And it gets to that point where it's revealed. So our first introduction of the character in the movie is that, which starts the first bookend. It just so happens then that the connection he's on comes up to the book he wants to find, not some other archive in that whole underground or like sees it in passing and goes, "Oh," to the girl of that movie. I forget Veneta, Veneta,
Vittoria Vetra.
yeah, Vittoria. Um, and it's in passing. It's like, no, that's the one they stop and get to look at that she rips the page out of and is connected to the in-world situation that's going on to his own personal situation, what's going on. And then at the end
Is
of the
it
movie, he gets just rewarded with what he wants that was connected to what was going on, that the Vatican itself is like, oh yeah, we're no need hands and give it to you. And he just gets the achievement at the end without with stating that it's like, oh yeah, I've tried multiple times. So it's like when the world event has occurred for them to know him, to get him to help, falls upon his want, then it's just written plot armor fate for the guy, for Robert, to then get that at the end of the movie. Whereas in Last
wh-
Crusade, it's the journal and the journal gets lost and the Holy Grail isn't necessarily it's the goal, it's just like keys of the journal lead to it. And then even getting to the grail, it's like it's within grasp, and it's like, no, we've learned much because we've arced through this story, even though the Holy Grail is the end of the movie and the character's kind of goal to save and not fall in the wrong hands. But it's worked through the team of getting there. And it's not like, oh, here's the Holy Grail in the background house that we get to. It's no, they got to work for it and go through the trials and learn of that's not the treasure. The treasure is family. And so I'm just trying again. That was just off the cuff trying to think of an example. That's another bookend like Angels and Demons.
okay. I I have a couple follow-up questions. So the first one I have is that because the Vatican brought Robert Langdon in specifically for his expertise with the Illuminati, we already know Isaac Newton's a prominent member of the Illuminati. So he doesn't have access to the book he wants because it's in the Vatican archives, but he gets access to the book because he does all the he essentially does all the work in the film to earn the right to kind of to get access for to work on his book. And
Okay,
from what I'm
correction question then. Is there only one book of the Illuminati in the Vatican archives?
of relevance to Robert Langdon, no. I'm sure they're in universe there could be, but it's in universe as we understand it from the film. The book that he wants to look at is a book that Isaac Newton specifically wrote to try and uh, send Illuminati members down the path of illumination, which is why he describes it as like it was meant to be easily destroyed. That's
Okay,
why
then
the book the
I'm still
Vatican
holding
still
on to
has
my
the one.
sense.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to change your sense, mind you. I'm just trying
No,
to.
I'm just saying
Uh,
if there was only one book, then yes, it has to be forced to, which is the convenience of it, but then forced to him to get aid of that one book. But if there's multiple books and he just wants one out of a whole library, then the one they choose being the one he wants is the more into the whole overarching bookend of the character plot.
yeah, I'm like I said, I'm not entirely sure because this is the both within the book itself, referring to Dan Brown's book, and not the book that Robert Lang is after, but also in the film, the Illuminati, the book that Robert Lang uses has always been the start of the path of illumination, but all the copies were physically destroyed by you know, in Inquisition hunts, et cetera, et cetera. So uh, it I'm not saying it's not convenient that they have it in the archives, um, but to touch on what you're going on with your Last Crusade example, um, is it the character arc that justifies the means of the reward for you in the Last Crusade? Because that's the only difference I could hear in your description.
I'm gonna say no. I don't think so.
Okay.
It's just Angel and Demons is like constantly like, this is connected to what you want. You have been told us this is what you want. This is what you're gonna get. Last Crusade is the Holy Grail isn't what they want. It's just the journal of all the findings of what they have.
Okay. Well, I
And
mean,
as the story progresses, it's like, okay, now we're gonna get to it. We're gonna solve it. We're gonna have their ups and downs, and then get to the goal of finding it.
okay.
But it does
With that,
start with the journal of the Holy Grail.
yeah, with that phrasing though, Springs, I I guess because with how you just said it, like the Angels Demons doesn't hammer home that he wants this book. He wants uh he's the book is important for that scene. They rip the page out, which is why it's brought up a couple times. But they it's not, the story doesn't reinforce his want, it's the character that reinforces want. Because Robert Langdon says a couple times that this is the book he wanted to get for his to finish his current book. Um and I guess uh all right. I
Well, from that,
think
it sounds like that's our difference because you said he brings up a couple times, and to me, that's hammering it home.
okay.
Our introduction to the character is stating that. I don't think he needs to bring it up any more times throughout the movie because that is then shown to the audience that this is what
Yeah.
he's connected to. Constantly being like, "This is the book I want. Why do you tear the book I want? Man, I wish I could get that book when we're done."
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
hammering it throughout.
Yeah. It's not as uh straightforward as you're putting it, but he does bring it up a few times. Okay. So you like your okay, so I'm just narrowing down how you again how you view art. You like your MacGuffins to be more uh plot driven than character driven.
I don't have a problem with the book itself. The MacGuffin of the book is fine. My thing is the character's goal and want is only the book.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't
You like
he's
your
like
MacGuffins
it
to
it
be more.
yeah, it gets to a point where it does kind of feel like in that movie a little that is like, "Oh, I'm just helping you so I can get access to the book." Not like, "I'm helping you because I'm a good person, you asked for my help."
Um, I don't. I wouldn't go that far, but
That's what I'm saying, I don't
I
think
don't know.
it got that far, but I could see it going that far.
Like if they did
Like, there
any
wasn't
more,
breathing
that's how you
room.
would see it.
Yeah, it's like the constant just reminder onto Robert of being like, "Oh, Robert, what are you here for? Oh, I wanna see that." It's like, "Cool, you told us that at the beginning. You don't have to keep
Okay.
telling the audience this is what you want to get." And then at the end, it's like, "Oh, here's the payoff, here's the book you." "Oh, yeah, that's right, he did want." That's a lot
Yeah.
better.
So yeah, but I guess my follow up question is it okay that every time he explains that he wants the book, it's in character because he's explaining it. Obviously, the first instance he's explaining it to the Vatican guy. The second instance he's explaining it to Victoria. And I don't. I'm sure he mentioned it a third time. I think he mentions it to the Carmelengo.
He brought it up
Um,
to
That's why I bring up the que
Richter or whatever the that security guy was.
Yep, that's why I bring up, is there more than one book?
In
He
terms of the
he should
film,
be
they
talking
don't
about
show that.
other books. Yeah, he should be talking about other books or other studies that he studied because he's writing his own book over the whole Illuminati, not just the one that he
okay.
doesn't have access to or the knowledge fully of, to constantly keep
Okay.
responding to that one book.
That I agree with. I would like a broader world building thing to go into this where he has had read other books and other papers to at least
He
do
yeah,
research for
he
his
makes it pretty
first book.
clear that the book he's writing is like 80% done. He just wants that one book to finish it. That
Yeah.
80% of knowledge doesn't get brought up in the movie. It's just constantly talking about the Vatican book that he wants.
Okay. Okay. That actually does that clarifies for me how you view this. It's a slight world building thing, it's a slight character thing, and it's also not an opaque MacGuffin because it's a very, very character driven MacGuffin.
Yeah. It's just how they wrote
Okay.
him for the movie, which gives it that
Yeah.
bookend of this is the introduction of wanting that book. The end of the movie, here's the book.
Okay, yeah. And then to contrast with that, so again, to go with your Last Crusade example, the reason that works for you is because it's not necessarily a character driven. It's not necessarily a character driven plot point. It is to a degree, but it's mostly a plot related MacGuffin.
Yes.
Okay,
Both the journal and
interesting.
Grail, I guess.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. All right. I guess. Do you have any commentary you'd like to make, Crimson? Because I think I'm okay.
No, I think that was laid out pretty thoroughly.
All right.
Hopefully, The Last Crusade is a good example. It's what I just thought of.
It it's a it works. I think it's not a perfect one to one, obviously, but I think it was good enough to make your point.
Okay.
I do have another follow up question because I think this came up. I don't remember exactly when it came up, but I think it was either for Narnia or it was for the Langdon trilogy again, the Da Vinci Code trilogy. 'Cause I think it's for Tom Hanks' character acting, actually, why. So my follow-up question is, I want you to, just some more elaboration is, does range matter for acting? And this is for you too, Crimson. Does range matter for acting when it has no relevance to the script? Because it's come up a couple times, this season, because we were talking about you weren't impressed, I think, with Tom Hanks' acting, I think, in, uh, one of the films, or some characters acting in one of the films, Sprinks. But I think it's a
Uh,
general.
I touched on it in Apollo 13.
Yeah. It's a general broad question I think I'd like to present to you guys. Is it an objective problem for an acting range if it has no relevance to the script? Because you're right, it does come up in Apollo 13.
I guess I'll go
My
first.
answer. Oh, okay. Never mind. Crimson goes first.
Just to give you some breathing room. Um, so if the script doesn't demand range, I don't really find it as an objective problem or anything, unless it's obviously absent in the script. Like there's a scene where a character should be breaking down or crying, but it's not in the script. Then I'd be like, okay, it's a script problem, not necessarily the actor. But if the script's like, okay,
Yeah,
cry here, and the actor doesn't cry, then it's an acting thing. So it's a nuanced,
yeah,
but in large, probably what's depicted is the intention behind it.
yeah. My follow-up example, I guess, for how I understood your statement, Crimson, is like someone killed somebody for the first time and they don't react at all.
Yeah, and even that has nuance because they could be shocked by the death and don't know how to
Yeah, well, I mean that is a
process it.
reaction, but like
Yeah,
there's no moment for the character to process it in their acting or something like that, or they just kind of move on for one thing. 'Cause that's a common mistake a lot of action films tend to make sometimes.
yeah. So it's
Um,
nuanced, but that can have circumstances where it just seems like they're not even acting shocked. It's just like cardboard.
yeah,
That can happen.
yeah, yeah. All right. I'll go last because so feel free to take away, Springs.
Okay. To the word problem, the objective being whether damage ladder might be too harsh of a word, but I am in agreement that yes, the acting definitely should have range of any sort when it comes to the script because it's not onto the script's job to depict what's being shown on screen. It is the actor. The actor's acting. And of course, with a director, the director can say, "Hey, go again, do this a little differently." The actor can do the same, where it's, "Let me try again," and add this flair to it, and the director might like or not. It's definitely onto the actor and of what they portray. And if something's so stoic or no range to be shown from the script or the character themselves, then it's all through the acting of the eyes, depicting the emotions coming across of the actor onto the audience and the people in world and interaction. It is not an excuse
Okay.
for an actor's acting onto the dialogue or what's written in a script.
Yeah,
No, no,
and
no. My statement was that does the range of an acting for an actor matter when it has no relevance to the script? So, like, for example, we didn't necessarily, if we were to put Tom Hanks into, we'll use Tom Hanks just because we cover him a lot. But like in Greyhound, if he did his like Tom Hanks like scream, or really really like goofy
like the
scream
Burbs
that
yell.
he does in a
Yeah.
lot of,
Mhm.
yeah, like the Burbs yell, that wouldn't necessarily fit, but that's not necessarily required for his range of acting. Is kind of what I'm getting at.
Writer, I think the best I can give is a script with no relevance is a bad script.
So it's on the script's job to give an actor
No,
Something
the
to work
opportunity
with.
to play with every range.
no. It is onto the actor to read the script and come with their own ideas. Display what they want to display and how the director sees it in a scene and then bounce back between the director and actor to try things from what the script is giving. But if a script is giving no relevance, it's still onto the actor to give their range with what they have.
Okay.
Writer, and your
This might have some
opinion
fault.
on it.
Yeah, that might have some follow-up questions in the future, but I think I'm good for now on that. Yeah, my it their acting needs to have relevance to the script. Usually, is how I'm gonna put it. They like I said, just go with the example I already gave. If I got the Burbs yell in Greyhound, wouldn't really fit, and I know that's a part of his range. So uh, I think the acting that's being portrayed, needs to have some relevance to the script of what's going on, and there is some nuance, as Crimson said. Um, but I think generally that should be what's expected.
All right. Sprinks, do you have any questions before we go into our last segment? Because I don't think you've really posed any today, if I recall
I don't think
correctly.
so.
No? Okay.
No.
All right.
Then we are moving on to Critics on Critics.
Oh boy,
Woo! Fan
uh,
favorite.
it's a
So
favorite
I hear.
favorite, and I'm a fan.
You are. All right. Well, I'll start with the first Narnia, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. I have two of them. They're pretty short. I just thought they both had relevant stuff on it. So this is by CBL Boy on Letterbox with half a star, 1 out of 10, stating, "Worst movie of all time, genuinely a bad plot, worst transition effects, the acting was somehow off and way too dramatic, hated the costumes and the witch's hair, it was ridiculous, absolutely self-harm to watch, never recommending it."
Cool. Next.
There's only one
Hated the
transition in that, right?
costumes. What's wrong with the costumes?
Yeah. And listen, he took shots at Weta. I think no. Everything that you said is wrong.
I can understand the dramatic acting because it is a little heightened, but I think it fits the tone of the film.
Yeah,
And
I would agree with
transition
that.
effects, I don't even know what they're referencing for that. Is it just
There's
walking
only
through the
one
wardrobe?
there's only one transition effect I could think of, and that's when they go from the map to the battlefield. That's the only transition in the film that jumps out to me.
Yeah, I don't know if they're mentioning like transition from the real world to Narnia or vice versa.
They could be.
And even then, I don't think that was bad. But uh,
No,
CBL
I
boy,
think
you
this
do you.
person's viewing. I think their viewing experience had something against it for them to lash out.
It's pretty harsh.
Maybe.
Next one for Narnia as well. Will Benny from Letterbox with 1 star, so 2 out of 10. Liam
For the
Neeson,
first one,
yeah, for the first one. Liam Neeson as a lion is hilarious. Look, I'm trying not to be a judgy prick, but I don't like this at all. The acting was so bad that the room. Huh? The acting was so bad, like the room level. Interesting. The
Okay.
CGI was Madam Web level, and the third act, it's legit Return to the King, but with lower, shittier budget. What are they on with Madam Web?
Okay.
That's the main reason I picked this was the Madam Web thing.
Okay. Well,
Well,
it's better than Madam Web
yeah,
in
I think the
CGI.
CGI. I think the CGI aged pretty well considering.
Yeah. What was the first one? The acting.
Uh, Liam Neeson was hilarious, and then yeah, acting was bad.
I mean, the Pevensies aren't the best actors. I think they do a better job in Prince Caspian. Personally, I do think Lucy's the best actor of the Pevensies. I think.
I feel like Susan is probably the best one for me, at least in the first one.
I think they're all fine.
Yeah, I think they're all fine, but like I understand why if he's really strict on acting, why he'd be kind of against the film because the four of them are the core of the movie.
And Madam Web, so interesting because I mean this
What a
came out 20
what a
years
comparison!
before Madam Web did, so which I still think this looks better than Madam Web. But even if we were to say they're on par, that's 20 years of holding up.
That I think that's more of a detriment to Madam Web than it is to Narnia.
All right, next one. Um, I was having trouble with Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb, so all these are letterbox. I seem to have to make an account for IMDb now to look at reviews. I haven't done that yet. So this is from Colin Newman from Prince Caspian with 2 stars, so 4 out of 10. Wait, what? Some guy blows a horn and summons those kids from their first film. They risk their lives to help him win his kingdom back, and then Jesus Lion, oh, who apparently wields ultimate powers over time and space, by the way, zaps everyone back to their shitty lives in war-torn 40s London. Thanks, Aslan. We sure didn't want to return to our former glorious kings and queens of legend status here in the beautiful land of Narnia. We'll just be off to get bombed by Hitler. Cheerio. I guess it's true, though. He kind of just kicked them out instead of let them live there for 20 years again.
That's true.
There is no urgency for them to leave. We never really did discuss that.
Never came up, but yeah, I'm in agreement.
Yeah.
Right. Next is
It's very
from
specific, but yeah,
yeah. Isn't I mean, it's the Aslan talk where like he's just playing with everybody essentially.
yeah.
Next one's from Daryl on Letterbox with 2.5 stars, so 5 out of 10 for Narnia Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Unfortunately, the final chapter of the Chronicles of Narnia, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, is rather dull. The story feels quite lifeless and not as engaging as the previous 2 films. The franchise itself certainly uh, deemed on its last legs at this point. The visuals are great, and the visuals are great and have improved on each film, and the cinematography is well done. However, all in all, a fairly disappointing end to an otherwise entertaining set of films.
I
I think
disagree
that's
with
a
the visuals being an
very
improvement, but
I think it's a very valid critique.
It is. They
That's
made
it's a
their
valid
understandable.
critique.
points.
Yeah. I would say that I disagree with the visuals being good. I don't think this is shot well or visualized well for a large portion of the film.
Yeah, that's primarily why I
Uh,
picked this one because we talked about the cinematography and it being a different person each film.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely
and
felt
it
yeah,
was
different.
felt. Yeah, I think this is of the
yeah.
three the
This
worst cinematography, but I mean it's a passable cinematography.
Yeah, and like I said, they didn't shit on Reaper Cheap's storyline with uh, Eustace,
Eustace.
so thumbs up.
All right, the next one we'll go with is for Olympus Has Fallen by King Adopt Don't Shop with 3 stars, 6 out of 10. I'm honestly confused how to rate political action thriller Olympus Has Fallen. Its top commendable aspect is Gerard Butler's immense effort to be the hardened action hero. The desensitized and realistic storytelling without cutthroat or with cutthroat visuals is a breath of fresh air from recent squeaky clean action hero films too. Oscar winners, nominees Angela Bassett, Morgan Freeman, and Aaron Eckhart are so beneficial in the acting department. Even so, the first arc is unbelievably slow, the final battle is dismal and short, and the screenplay needs pruning. Overall, Olympus Has Fallen is good, but nothing to rave about. I have White House Down downloaded legally, if I may add. Let's see who made a better Attack the President on his home turf movie. Yeah.
I actually agree with that 100%. I don't think I disagree anything that rating at all.
I don't recall the first act being slow. I feel like the assault on the White
A
House
little.
was pretty quick into the film.
That's a little slow. That whole plane thing takes time.
Yeah, I mean the slowest part about it is the plane. Once the ground attack begins, I think that's when the film kicks in.
And
But
the whole first lady dying. That whole
That's true.
chunk.
But I wouldn't call that
yeah,
slow, that part. It is also short. But yeah,
yeah,
fair
and
review
that
all
again,
around.
it's a fair review all around. I
For London Has Fallen, you have, oh wow, I didn't even realize it was the same guy. King hashtag
think.
adopt don't shop. Wow, that's incredible. I've read a lot of reviews. What are the odds of that? They gave it a 3 stars, 6 out of 10. Admitting to liking this movie feels like a crime, to be honest. Technical wise, London Has Fallen is a vast improvement from its predecessor by moving the setting to open air London. The action scenes are done better and look less contained. Action junkies would adore the grit and pacing of this testosterone fueled film, too. So that's completely
So just act
They gave it
opposite of what we kind of said. We thought London
Yeah.
was a downgrade to
but
the
they gave
Olympus.
but they gave the same rating to Olympus Has Fallen, right?
Yes, they did.
Okay, so the first one was a slow opening, yet this one with all the members of like the presidents and
All the
ambassadors and
leaders.
everything doesn't care that they're all dead. Like,
Nope. Vast improvement by moving the
I
setting to London. I mean, that's not.
listen.
I don't know.
no,
You know
it
how to
actually made it worse.
symbolize the rest of this. Yeah, I'd show you. Yeah. Okay, the guy lost us. I'm afraid.
All right.
He was just in a different mood that day. Could be.
Yeah. I mean, good on them for enjoying it, I suppose.
Yeah.
The last one of the Has Fallen trilogy, Angel Has Fallen, not by the same guy this time. Matt Lynch, who gave it 2.5 stars, so 5 out of 10. The series finale falls victim to the current trend of psychoanalyzing and its indestructible hero. Lord knows why anyone cares just what makes James Bond or Ethan Hunt tick, let alone a dude who just likes to eat bad guys like Mike Banning. Anyways, the rest is competent but completely unremarkable, lacks the delicious, nasty streak and canon group ripoff vibes of London, and Butler doesn't even get close to going over the top, which is a real stunner considering he's got a lot of screen time in this with Nick Nolte.
Yeah, they do kind of give it to Nick Nolte.
I mean, it's a fair assessment of the like breaking down the hero, but I wouldn't say that's a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not inherently a bad thing for me.
No, especially for a third
It's always about the execution when you're doing that because yeah, you could psycholize Batman in a Batman movie. How many writers do you trust to do that well, you know?
Why did you
Good
say that
point.
name?
Funny enough, that's my least favorite one. So
Yeah. I haven't seen the James Bond, so I don't know if that's an apt comparison other than just an action hero, but yeah.
it doesn't really try to reverse psychoanalyze James Bond. I think they edged around it a little bit with like Skyfall, but it wasn't a terrible way to depict it.
All right. And due to how long we've been going and time constraints, I think we'll call it there. Sorry, Da Vinci Code trilogy, but if you want to know, audience, let us know, and I'll post some that I have.
Some
Right.
good critiques,
Yeah.
decent critiques, I suppose. They weren't all good.
I guess the one of our last questions. What did you guys think of this season?
It was different, being the like three trilogies, but not themed, but kind of. It just felt like personal pick season, but our personal pick is like s- a chunk, like a big rather
A
than like one
prolonged
movie.
personal pick.
We get like three movies, but they're connected. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a hybrid in some manner. And it was fun. Once again, we introduced a new guest this season with Kylaris. Kylaris. I don't. Which one is it pronounced?
Laris.
Laris. Kylaris. Um, it was cool to have a guest stick around through the whole trilogy, not just a one off. And then we had Dr. Riley
Yeah, that
or
was actually
Fixer. Sorry. Uh, come back. Even for a brief little bit, it was still fun to bring
Well,
him
we
back.
had to get, someone we first establishment of Dr. Riley and Grace through someone else than the book or film.
Yeah, weird feeling watching that, having that sideways connection to it. So as a whole,
Yeah, but
I
overall,
enjoyed it.
yeah,
Yeah,
so did I.
yeah.
I would definitely be up for doing it again.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I had a lot of fun this season. I would be curious what we would pick for our following trilogies because now that we got these ones out of the way, I know you have no shortage, Crimson. So
I think I got too many. Um, I will say the downside to
Also,
this.
these three trilogies.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Okay. I was gonna say these three trilogies. Also, I like that they were all different. Like it didn't feel like we did three fantasies or like stuck to one thing. Like Narnia stood out, The Fall Has Fallen stood out, and Da Vinci has stood out.
well, we
Yeah,
all picked them
they're all
intentionally
distinct
to be different from each other. So
independently. I don't think we didn't really coordinate that.
No.
well, I know Sprinks would have, but
Yes.
I think
If I went to go third.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say the downside personally for me this season is just that I've seen 8 out of the 9 movies. So I kind of would like to get a new movie under my belt. So
Are you
maybe
including?
next season.
You said 8 or 9. Are you
I said
including
8.
Project Hail Mary?
I didn't count that because we didn't cover that, so it's a little
Okay.
different.
Okay.
So
Good point. Good point.
uh,
Well, I only had 4 of the 8.
yeah, that's a good ratio. I would like that in general for myself. It's maybe half I know, half I don't know.
yeah, I had, I think, well, I didn't see anything in the Has Fallen trilogy, so that was new. But I knew of two of them, and then I've skipped the last Narnia movie and skipped the last Da Vinci Code movie.
Yeah.
So
So 4 out of 8.
I had a pretty good batting ratio.
Alrighty. Well,
All right.
anything else before Ryder takes us out?
Um, I don't know. I mean, yeah, no, we're pretty close to the like, fourth and inches.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
you
getting
know.
there.
All
I
right.
don't have anything else.
Thank you, audience. Yeah. All right. Thank you, audience, for listening, whether it be Spotify, Amazon, Castbox, Good Pods, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, and Samsung. And if you happen to be our visual side of things, be it YouTube, Rumble, or frickin' Spotify, thank you for watching our PNG Tuber slideshow there. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe everywhere. Tell us how much you hate our opinions or how much you love them. And as always, I've been a geeky writer,
I'm Crimson Maroon.
And I'm Springs.
and we will catch you next time. Later, everybody.
Bye.
Toodaloo.